so let's just go with storytelling first.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like think back to like one of your most favorite shows. Maybe like 2 occasions.
Yeah, I can think of a couple. I'm probably going to go back and forth between a little bit of Rochester and Buffalo because I lived in Rochester for a while too, even though this is where I grew up. But it's fitting that we're doing it outside of Mohawk because I can think of, must have been around 2008. It was just when Whitechapel dropped This Is Exile. And they were on tour with Despised Icon and the Black Dahlia Murder, and they played here. And I showed up a little late, and it was already sold out. So I actually had to sneak in through the side here. I didn't even pay. I hate admitting that. I was being a little rebel at my young age. But yeah, I snuck in through the side. It was packed. It was crazy seeing those 3 bands just be on like such a small venue, you know? And like the movement was great. Like it was just all around wild night. So that's like the one that really sticks out in my head. I can also say maybe like 2015ish or 2016, also here. I was just getting ready. It was late, maybe midnight, 1 a.m. I was getting ready to just crash, and my buddy bartends here, and he was like, the number 12 Looks Like You got turned away in Canada, and they're about to do a set here, just randomly. Rolled out of bed, went and saw the number 12 Looks Like You, and this is just when they came back, because they were on hiatus for a long time, and I was a huge number 12 fan when I was in high school. So that was pretty crazy. There was maybe like, I don't know, 15, 20 people here, hardly anybody. But those are the 2 that stick out at Mohawk. Of course, if I'm thinking, you know, back even farther, like Broadway Joe's and all of that, I remember seeing Rose Funeral there one time. That was really cool in their prime. I remember seeing King Conquer there, who's not a band anymore. That was really cool to see them in their prime. And then I have to mention Extreme Wheels, obviously, because played a ton of shows there when I was in my old band Calamity from the Skies. I went to a bunch of shows there, and that was a super cool venue, just to be like playing or watching metal, and then having dudes go on like half pipes and do all these cool tricks. It was super awesome. But I remember seeing the Contortionists there, like pre-Exoplanet and all that stuff, when they were doing the really early stuff, and no one even really knew who they were. They were kind of just like a heavy deathcore band with some proggy elements. But yeah, I mean, I'm probably leaving some out, but those are probably my top Buffalo shows. Like it's crazy. There's been a lot of good ones.
So this is gonna sound silly, but I have Extreme Wheels, is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
I never.
Yeah, I forget when it shut down.
I guess bring that up, because that's the first time it's gotten brought up.
Okay.
What is?
Okay, yeah, Extreme Wheels. It's on Hurdle Avenue. The building's still there. I forget why it shut down, but probably, at least when I started going to shows around here, it was really popular from like 06 to 2010 or so, maybe. I know Dennis used to book a lot there. He works with After Dark now. That's kind of how he got into booking. But it was essentially just like, it was massive inside. It was like a huge lot. And like one side was a skate park. Like it had the whole deal, you know, a bunch of half pipes, a bunch of grind rails and all that type of stuff. And then next to it, there was a stage. They were kind of like separated a little bit, but it was essentially a huge skate shop that you also play metal shows. It was super cool. I know a lot of people have been vying for it to come back. I'm not sure what the deal is with it. It would be amazing if it did come back, because the building's still there. It's just vacant. There's just nothing inside there. But yeah, it's right, it's on the corner of Hurdle and Elmwood, I believe. Yeah, Hurdle and Elmwood. So it's a rad place. I miss it dearly.
I've never made it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just start with what makes smaller, intimate shows more appealing to you?
Yeah, I mean, I've I've always been in the really small, intimate shows. Just really because you can like, I don't know, the energy is just like you see it in people's faces, like the emotion. You feel like you're all in one room, all together doing it. There's not a huge separation. Like a big show, you're usually like gated off somehow. It's like massive. Not that that's a bad thing, you know, that's totally cool. But I think the small intimate shows are just way more genuine, right? Especially when you have that band and audience interaction. Like I feel like as an audience member, and this like goes for me like on both sides, playing and attending shows, like you feel more apt to like go up and maybe talk to the band afterwards, or they you know, like maybe just walk in there having a drink at the bar, you go in and talk to them. It's not like separated. It's not Hollywood, right? It's I personally love it. I love it when there's like no stage, just a floor show, right? Because then you're just eye level with everybody. It's not we're up above like we're playing, you know what I mean? Like you are eye level with everybody. If they move, right, whatever they do, circle pits, throw down, whatever they're into, like you're right there feeling the energy with them. It makes you want to go even harder on stage. Like it kind of has that boomerang interaction where it's like I'm going hard, you're going hard, we're all kind of doing it together. And then afterwards, it's just, you know, just by nature of it being small, you're gonna run into people and chill with them. So
What's your
favorite floor show?
like story?
Yeah, there's been a lot of them. I would say it's more recent. Last November, we did a weekend run, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, with our good friends in Baltimore, Under the Pier. They're a mathcore band, very mathy. So we played Brooklyn, and then we played Troy, New York, which is by Albany, and then we did Harrisburg, PA. But anyways, the Troy, New York show, so they have a crazy scene out there, and this was like, we didn't know much about Troy. It was our first time out there, and it was first time for Under the Pier out there, and they're like, oh, we're gonna play at this house. We don't know anything about it. Just called the Troy Speakeasy. It's run by this promotion company, Two Dead Hummingbirds, and this dude Benjamin Rowe, and this dude Shay kind of do all the booking there, and Shay plays in DB Cooper. They're also like a mathy band. Anyways, we get in there. It's basically just like a living room. It's super small. There's no stage, just all floor, and I don't know what to expect. Like, you never know when you're playing outside of your hometown too, you know what I mean? How people are gonna take your music in, if they even know about you, if they're even gonna move. So we start playing, and immediately, you know, there's probably 30-ish people there maybe, which is a lot for this small space. It makes it feel like there's, you know, 60, 70 people there. As soon as we start playing, we get vibing, just the whole place starts just throwing down. They just start beating the absolute living shit out of each other, and we were just like, what is going on right now? I actually had to like move my pedal board back behind me because people are getting so close to me. I'm actually playing guitar like this a couple of times. One of my cables got unplugged one song, and I was like scrambling to get it back in, which I mean, that's fine by me. I love that kind of stuff as long as the gear doesn't get ruined and it's an easy, you know what I mean? Like that was probably my most memorable floor show that I've played in, just because the energy. And like beforehand, like we were all tired from driving. We didn't really know what was gonna happen, but that's if the Troy scene out there is like Troy Speakeasy, man. If you ever got a chance to go out there, and we played there. We just did a week tour with Wasted Space in August, and we hit that spot again with Wasted Space, and it was the exact same thing. Just people just show up. Doesn't matter what day of the week it is, they just show up, they go hard, and they love metal out there. So that was probably the most memorable floor show. Yeah.